How should I think about what's the right age for me to retire? And as a financial advisor, I'm fortunate. I've helped guide hundreds of families into retirement. So I have this data set of over 1,000 families that I've talked to about this issue. But recently, MassMutual did a study of both pre-retirees and retirees where they asked this question as well. So I want to share with you the results of that study, and then also talk to you about my experience and my views on what they found. So let's jump in first. The most important part of this study is they found that we Thais are happy in retirement. A majority of retirees report feeling more relaxed and happier because they retired. I think that's a big finding. They also say that only 8% of people report feeling less happy in retirement, so that's good to know, and that's data. You need to know, as you're thinking about when should you retire, you're highly likely to be glad that you're retired sooner rather than later. Okay, let's keep going of the folks with regrets in retirement. The most common regrets were they didn't save enough money. That doesn't surprise me. The next one is not taking care of their health. I think that's important, too, and they did not reduce their expenses. So, the data is what? The data is, but I would caution you on placing too much emphasis on reducing your expenses. I think there's a good chance that later in retirement when we have to reduce expenses, just because we can't do as many things, we might regret not doing those things when we still had our health, when we still had our mental acuity, when it was still easy for us to do things physically. And then the last thing before I jump into the J to retire is just to achieve happiness in retirement, the mass mutual study reports, and I agree with it's crucial to work on your financial and your physical health prior to retiring. And I would add one other thing. It's critical to work on to diversify for lack of a better term to diversify your sense of purpose, so financial healthy or physical health, and diversifying your sense of purpose. Because many of us, after working 20, 30, 40 years, so much of our identity is tied into our jobs. And when we retire, we give that up. And that can be a really hard thing, particularly for men. I don't want to be gender biased here, but my experience is this. Istoffer for men, I've certainly seen many women struggle with this as well. But I'll just leave it there. Okay? So, when is the perfect age to retire now? Again,